Dear Climate.
Dear Climate.
Dear Climate.
Dear Climate.
Dear Climate.
We are writing this letter to you as a group of 5 young people from 5 different countries.
And even though we all live somewhere else,
we have all noticed that you are not doing well.
In all our countries, we see the heavy weight you have to carry.
And that people are suffering and losing the basis for their existence.
In Italy, in recent years, the rain has become much more unpredictable. This leads more often to drought and other natural disasters. We are also noticing the rise in sea level. Venice, for example, and other coastal areas are also at risk to disappear because of the rising sea level.
Here in Morocco, there is much less precipitation nowadays than in the past. As a result, the water is turned off at midnight, and the people engaged in agriculture fear for their livelihoods. Moreover, girls in rural areas drop out of school to help their families to get water from distant water points, as the nearby water points have dried up.
Here in Germany, we see deforestation, and we are already clearly noticing the rise in temperature, especially in summer, when there are now considerably more extremely hot days. This not only puts nature at risk, for example in the form of droughts, but the heat is also super dangerous for older and vulnerable people.
I live in Alexandria, Egypt's most beautiful city on the Mediterranean Sea. In recent years, unpredictable precipitation and flooding has become increasingly frequent, so that the whole city had to remain closed until the water has receded. In the future, Alexandria will be increasingly threatened to disappear into the water.
I live in Tunisia, the heart of the Mediterranean, and since 2010 we started facing extreme situations depending on the season, from intense heating during summer to previously unexperienced cold during winter, which affected many cities and made some of them unbearable to live in. Also the beaches, such as in Sfax and Gabas, are being polluted, so that health issues are increasing.
We are observing all these developments with great concern.
And we hope that everyone understands the urgency of these developments
and acts accordingly, so that all the present and future generations
can enjoy you in all your variety and richness.
Please let us know what we as individuals can do about this.
Dear friends, thank you very much for your letter. Unfortunately, I share your concern, as I notice how people's actions are afflicting me more and more. But do not be discouraged. It is not too late to save me. And above all, do not take the sole responsibility for it. Much greater efforts must be made on the political and economic level to reduce the influence that people have on me. Nonetheless, every single person can contribute with small decisions to make me feel better again. I'm sure you can think of some easy ways of how people can mitigate their environmental impact.
I participate in school strikes to hold my government accountable and to demand climate justice.
Against the climate change, every time I go walking in the nature, I collect the garbage in order to reduce the pollution.
I try to use my bicycle most of the time instead of the car.
I need to conserve what's left from food. So, instead of using this plastic can, I'm gonna conserve it in the glass one.
This is a pharmacy bag, and although it is thankfully an eco-friendly bag, instead of throwing it away, I decided to use it again and writing down my to-buy list from the supermarket.
And you? What do you do to help the climate?
What do you do to save climate?
What do you do to help the climate?
What do you do to help the climate?
What do you do to help our climate? Whenever it's possible, I try to buy locally grown vegetables.
Instead of using single-use plastic bottles, use a glass bottle.
I'm going to the coffee shop. Instead of using the car, I'm gonna use my bicycle.